Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Here is the GSX1400, recently acquired by myself and sat in a garage for 23 years. 23 years, wow. Anyway, it's an autumnal September day and I thought I'd better double check to make sure my heated jacket works. My Kai's heated jacket. If you've never had a Kai's heated jacket, I recommend them. Let's turn it on. Set it to medium. Let's get on the bike. Oh! And go to the Dragon Cafe on the way to Newport from Eccleshall in Staffordshire. Let's wait for this car to pass. There we go. As you can hear, she's as smooth as a baby's bottom. Absolutely smooth as a baby's bottom. Let me fight. In fact, let me just put that up. Hello everyone. Okay, serious business. Took the bike. I didn't take the bike. I went over to the Potteries yesterday and had a chat with them, and they were very interested in this particular bike. Let's put the visor down. There we go. I was explaining the story to them, and in May of 2025 they sold another GSX 1400 for £9,500. Here we go. Oh, she flies. Well, let's bring her back down to a normal speed. There we go. Yes, £9,500. They were very interested in this machine. I was telling them that over the winter I will be polishing off a few little things and making it OEM, of which they said if you keep the mileage down we'll be able to sell it next March or April for a similar price, which now makes me think I need to keep the mileage down on this particular bike. What do you think? What do you think? Unbelievable there. I said it was a bit of a unicorn, and they said even more so, as it hasn't been out of a garage for 23 years. Oh, and that it's in 9 out of 10 condition, but can be 10 out of 10. Give them a nod. Yeah, so that is really interesting. I never even considered getting a GSX 1400 until the opportunity arose over a conversation in the pub in Eccleshall with a lovely chap, John, who'd had this in his garage since it was, you know, he's had it since it was new. And left it in his garage for 23 years due to health issues with his right hand. And she's running like a dream. If you've not kept up with it, I bought the bike and then changed all the fluids, made sure everything was spot on. It went then for an MOT. It's never had an MOT before in its life. An annual government check to make sure it's roadworthy, and it passed its MOT. It did have an advisory on the front calipers, binding slightly, but not enough to make it fail its MOT. I actually thought it would fail its MOT, and was sort of semi-surprised that it passed its MOT. So I've checked the front discs when not using the front brake, and they're not getting hot, so maybe the pistons on the two front calipers for the two discs have now released themselves, seeing as it's been ridden. But I'll double check that over this coming winter as I start to bring this back to its original OEM condition, hopefully. So, crazy prices. She handles like a dream. She's now got Michelin Road 5s on her. And I will say that the tyres and fitting and the MOT cost somewhere in the region of £440. Take a gulp. £440. And that was done at TMS. I'll put a flash up right now for TMS, which is not far from Eckershaw, hidden away in one of the industrial estates. Really nice guys there, really nice guys. But she handles like an absolute dream. Go into the corner, throw her in, and she's lovely. She's absolutely wonderful. We've got about 80 miles on these new tyres, so they'll be scrubbing in nicely. Usually takes about 100 miles to get rid of all the stuff that's preserving the rubber from the factory, hence where they were made. Let's come down to 30. But I will say this, of the 2 or 3 weeks ownership of this motorcycle and how cheap it is to insure, £108 fully comprehensive. It's been a great experience. The original tyres were on the bike, and she didn't handle this well. The tyres were absolutely rock hard. They were like stones, having been sat in a garage for 23 years or whatever. But that's in a previous video, go have a look, when I took her for an MOT. But she's so smooth, and it's back to basics. There's no technology on this bike other than it being fuel injected, which makes it nice and clean. I want to make sure that the throttle bodies are balanced correctly, so I shall be balancing the throttle bodies at some point in the near future. I just want to make sure they're okay after I've done a few more miles on this bike to confirm everything's absolutely wonderful. I do need to ride it, and I think the throttle bodies will need balancing. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's go for it. Here we go. Not a problem. Wow. Not a problem. This is super cruising. Super cruising. This engine it pulls like a train. So I've come from Eccleshall and we're going towards Newport, which is not far from Eccleshall. Here we go. Wolverhampton to the left, Shrewsbury and Newport. God, this handles beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. Let's stick to 30. Do the right thing. Some nice houses here in Newport. Oh, hopefully that car will see me. Please don't pull out, please. There we go. Give him a nod. Say thank you. So this is one of the roads into Newport. Newport isn't a big place. But there's a petrol station further down on the right here with the Dragon Cafe, where it's a motorcycle cafe. And all the locals have seemed to have taken to it as well. Here it is, straight in front of us. All the locals come to visit the cafe, which is a great thing. Which is an absolutely wonderful thing. Visor up. There's a few motorbikes there. There we go. Here we go. There's the Dragon Cafe. Clothing, accessories, all sorts of things. Here we go. Let's park up. And let's go inside. See you soon. That was nice. Oh. Had a lovely latte. Had a chat with a few people about their bikes, and they were interested in the GSX1400. Lovely people at the Dragon Soul Cafe. I'll put a picture up and where it is. Not far from Shrewsbury, Newport, north of Wolverhampton, south of Whitchurch, not far from Stafford. So if you're in the area, come and have a coffee at the Dragon Soul Cafe. 2,270 miles. Oh my goodness. Oh. Here we go. This clutch is lovely. Absolutely lovely. So, are you thinking about getting a GSX 1400? You might want to. Absolutely wonderful. They are a big bike, but if you're the kind of person kind of guy that just rides a couple of hours every other weekend or something, then I guess you could get one of these for, you know, £5,000 or even less. They do about 40-45 miles per gallon, so They're not as economical as modern technology. But it's I can only describe it as driving in a luxurious top-end car. And I don't mean Ferrari, I mean something luxurious, like, I don't know, maybe I've never owned a Jaguar, or something like a Jag or a Bentley, something like that. I don't know, maybe not a Bentley, but you know, a Jag or a BMW 7 Series, a high-end Mercedes. And that's what that's the, you know, I've got this beautiful comfortable seat, and the riding position is very comfortable, very comfortable. So you might want to, if you're thinking about getting something, a new bike, then you might want to consider the GSX1400. Just make sure it's not being down the road on its side, or it's, you know, make sure it's got some good service history. There's nothing that is so smooth. This 4-cylinder engine is so smooth, and it's got torque all the way through. It's just absolutely lovely. I think one of my neighbours is taking it out this afternoon while the sun's still out, before we start going into the winter. He wanted to have a quick ride on it. He used to have a GSXR, and I said to him, I said, go and take it out for half an hour, get some miles on it. It does need miles to make sure it's all right, and it feels fine. It feels absolutely fine. Absolutely beautiful to ride. These tyres have made such a difference from the original 24-year-old tyres. As you can expect, those tyres were rock hard. Anyway, I'm going to come to an end. I'm just babbling on now and just enjoying the ride. The Kai's heated jacket is working well. I've got one of the jackets that heats the arms as well, not just the torso, not just your chest and that. And I think they're a great investment. I only bought mine a year or two ago, after being persuaded by Mark, one of the guys that I go away with touring, you know, he's been using heated jackets for 30 years, 20 years, 30 years, and I eventually thought, oh, I'll try it, and bought this one second hand from Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, for about, I don't know, maybe £100, maybe a bit more, and just to try it out, and it's been absolutely wonderful. It really does extend your riding season right into the winter. So if you've never thought about having a heated jacket, you might want to consider that. Don't forget to buy your Aiuchi BX from the description. Christmas presents coming up, and your PunCube wallet. I do get a little commission from Aiuchi and PunCube, but they are becoming very, very popular off the channel, so order yours now, ready for Christmas. Get them as a Christmas present from whoever. The Menard. I'm one of the few, in fact I think I'm only one, that's been all over Europe all over Europe using the Aiuchi BX. Mark was using the Aiuchi C6 Pro, and I was using the Aiuchi BX. We've been all over Europe. No one else has done that as a YouTuber. I know username Kate has been using various Aiuchi screens as she gets flown out to Spain and all that kind of thing. But you know, I travelled from the UK all the way out to the Czech Republic, the eastern part of the Czech Republic, Mistek, and then we went down into all the way through Netherlands, Germany, then into the Czech Republic, and then went down into Slovakia, and then Hungary, into Austria, France, Austria, Germany, France, back into the UK using the Aiuchi stuff, and it was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. One of the beauties about the BX model is that you can remove it from the bike. It's got a detachable mount on it, so you can easily remove it if you so wish. I'll leave it at that. Hopefully you enjoyed the ride. I'm still learning a lot about this bike. I did come across it by accident. It wasn't planned. And I'm looking forward to the work I'm going to be doing on it over the winter period, as soon as the rubbish weather starts coming in. Let's overtake this one before I what is this guy doing? Oh, it's a Vauxhall driver. They're all the same. Vauxhall drivers and Kia drivers. Do you find that? Vauxhall and Kia drivers. There we go. Now in 6th gear. Beautiful. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It does make a difference to the channel. If you are subscribed, thank you ever so much. It is much appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, giving it a like would be appreciated, if it meant something to you. And ride safely. Do ride safely. And when you're out riding, enjoy yourself. You know, life's too short. Get a motorcycle. As they say, you don't see motorcycles outside a psychiatric practitioner. As soon as I'm riding the bikes, be it this one or the Triumph T120 Bonneville that I've got, you know, oh, it goes into the corners beautifully. It just takes all the shit of life out of your head. All the crap that you get. Have a great ride. Ride safely. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.